RCHUB International Foundation for Research and Education, an ISO certified
seminar for the third day seminars on about the open and distance learning and self-learning material with an implementation of quality assurance and future trends is the today's session. We are going to discuss about this one. So on the first day, we have discussed about what is the design and the curriculum for the open and distance learning and how a person have to prepare a self material for the person who want to learn it in the online discussions. This is what we have discussed on the first day. The second day, we are mainly focusing about MOOC concept, that is of massive open online courses, and what all the frameworks they are being used, and what is the technology used in the MOOC, and what all the platforms we have been used in the MOOC. That's what we have discussed in the yesterday's class. So today, our concept is mainly focusing on quality assurance. So very important. Quality, any product must need a quality. Similarly, even we are going for producing online courses, the online courses must be also valid with a quality, not with a quantity. And we have to provide the quality of the subject and the quality of the content in order to improve the carries. So this is what very important when you go for implementation of quality assurance and also future trends here. So today we are mainly going to focus on three parts. So this is the content, what we are going to discuss. So we are going to discuss around 4 parts of the content. One, it is of quality assurance in ODL and also MOOC. And second one, implementation and deploymentation of MOOC. And third one, integration of emerging technologies, what all the technologies available in open and distance learning. And fourth one, it is of policy and ethical considerations are that. Okay. Policy and ethical considerations are that. So these are all the points to be needed for the open and learning educations. Just so now we are going for the 4 parts of this one. Yeah, so this is about policy and ethical considerations in the ODL. So these are the 4 points which has been discussed here. Next thing we are coming here, it is about first point. We are saying that quality assurance in ODL and MOOC. So first very important point, whenever we say about the quality, how far the quality of the data is very important. If I'm going to present the data in my PowerPoint, then it should be a proper flow and it should be a structure. Even though I'm going to take a 1 hour session, it should be something, a quality of information rather than the quantity of the information. I should not go with 1,000 slides without quality, then it is totally wastage of the document. So here also we are coming here. So the quality of the assurance is mainly, you can see, focusing on ensuring the effectiveness and predictability. So if you see with all the presentation yesterday or day before yesterday, it will be a structured, what has been allocated in the syllabus, the same concepts we have been implemented. So this is what about the effectiveness and predictability. And second point, it is about sustainability. How far this data is going to be sustained. Even it is an online courses, now you are sitting and learning, you are listening to classes. So this is all coming under the sustainability. And third point, it is maintaining a high quality standard. That's very important and requires a well-structured approach. So first slide is I told that these are all the 4 points we are going to discuss. Of course, fifth one is just a review only. So I told that this is our structure. So what is the first point? Quality assurance in ODL. So that's what we are going here. So it should be a structured manner and it should be a high quality standards so that the learners can learn it with effectiveness. So that's a very important thing is there. And fourth point, you can see that it is about a platform to diverse and learn across a various. So the participants, there are limited participants are here. The limited participants are also from any one places, not in the same geographical locations. Of course, I am the person who is sitting in one end. and the admin is the person who is sitting in the other end, and the participants are sitting in the various end. So these are all coming under it is the various geographical and education background. So this is about the quality assurance in ODL and MOOC concepts here. Now we move on to the key of quality assurance. So what all the key point is very, very important, very, very important. What is the key point is in order to make it this open and distance learning educations. So one, it is of course design and pedagogy. So very important as we discussed in both the days about the ADDIC concepts and Bloom taxonomy concepts. So analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation, that is considered as a ADDIC. And when I come for Bloom taxonomy, we have to go here. First point is of remembering. Second point, it is of understanding. Third point, it is of analyzing. Fourth point, it is of applying. And fifth point, it is of evaluating. And sixth point is of creating. So our education system, whether it is a traditional method or whether we are going with a new pedagogy, the most of the course design has been implemented with the help of Bloom taxonomy. So K6, the knowledge level K6 can be say as a creativity or create. So our education systems is ultimately focusing on the technology and the platform in order to create a new model. It can be mainly focusing on Bloom taxonomy. Of course, some of the content may be of ADDIC concepts, which means that it is about analysis, design, development, implementation, and it is of evaluation. So the next you can see that even if I go with the text oriented, since it is it's a structured oriented, I'm going with a text oriented. If it is a person who is coming with the college students, or if the person participants is from the school students, then I cannot able to go with text oriented. It will be feel very boring for them. So I have to engage a multimedia concepts, whereas the professors or the professionals, they don't need to go with multimedia concept. They are coming with the exact concept. So this is what about the engaging of multimedia content and the interactive elements and the assessments to enhancing learning. And second one, it is of content quality and relevance. Next, very important, whether I'm providing the right content to you. Even if you take me, the third point, we are coming to the third day, whether I'm providing the right content. The heading is of quality assurance, whether my content delivery, it is related to the content. That's very important. That's what content quality and the relevance. And we have to make when you go to the syllabus of a particular subject, I have to always make the material to the current and industry relevant. Very important. We have to make mainly focusing on the current course material, which is related to the industry standard, not with the older standards. Nowadays, we are having a TV with the LED concept. So I have to go with only LED. I should not go with CRT monitor. Whereas if you go for previous 10 years back, they used to learn about cathode ray tube architecture. But now I no need to learn cathode ray tube architecture because it is out of the fashion. Whereas previously we can see that the monitor with big size with is very heavy to hold and all. But nowadays the monitor is very flat. So now I have to go with either a plasma panel or what are all the technologies has been used here. So this is what it is relevant to the content quality and the relevance, which makes that the current industry stances. And next we can see that it is of peer-reviewed content by the subject experts. Of course, it should be reviewed by the experts who is very familiar in that content. And third one, it is of localization or including the language translations. So what languages I can use it here for the language translations. So all these things can be considered for the content quality and the relevance. So this is the second point. And when I come for third point, you can see that key learners engagement and interaction. That's a one very important point, very, very important point. Whenever we are taking a class, we want that learners should be engaged and should be interact. That's what's our expectations. But unfortunately, there may be some drawbacks in that. So we have to overcome with that drawback also. So you can see that here we are coming here with a discussion of a forum or a peer collaboration where we can able to discuss ourselves in order to make it a collaboration. And of course, if it is a youngsters, they can go with the gamifications of just we can go with the interactions of game, and we can make it a process of an engagement. So this is what we can say that it is about learners engagements and interactions. And the next point, we can mainly focusing on feedback mechanism, where we have to follow a quiz or poll or interactive assessment, and also the learning path with AI-based recommendation. So this is the third point, which is very important when you come for key aspects of quality assurance. Next, we can focus on assessment and evaluation. How far I have to evaluate the assessment with the grading points in order to determine the quality of the content which has been provided in the MOOC courses or any open distance learning education courses which has been used here. So this is what about the assessment and evaluation, and very important, plagiarism detection. Since it is an online courses, suppose if 40 students are there, if I give an assessment, all the 40 are copied and they have submit their queries, they have submitted their assessment, then there is no need of an assessment itself if they are being copied. So very important concept, it is used to go for plagiarism detections or academic integrity policies. So very important thing is plagiarism detection. And next we can see that it is about continuous feedback loop for the learners to track their process. So all those things should be there in the assessment and evaluation. And next I'm coming here, this is the fourth point. And next we can say that instructor and facilitators involvement, of course, a very biggest part. When you go for learning technologies in distance learning or MOOC courses, an instructor like me will be there in the live session. We can ask any queries or timely responses. But here you can see that it is just like an one-man army. I'm just teaching the classes. I'm going with all the contents, and we have to make the learners to interact, and they have to go with the facilitations. So this is what the very important thing you should understand, that the instructors and the facilitators involvement is needed in order to make the quality assurance of the content delivery. And another one thing, it is of digital pedagogy. Keep on going with the presentation. I don't think it will be satisfy the content. We have to make it with some other pedagogy, either a written method, or we can go with a gamification, or we can come with the puzzles in order to make it with the instructors and the facilitators involvement. And sixth one, we are coming here with technology, very important. You can see here LMS. There are a lot of LMSs is available. Even we have defined a new LMS, we can generate one LMS also. We can see that lot of LMS is also available. And very important one word I have to say about this web connectivity of accessibility of guidelines. If I pass it through the web, you can see here. So this is very important. There is a various version is also there. This is about 2.1, and you can see the various versions level. It is of 2.2. It is also there. And you can see that this is what a web content accessibility guidance version of 2.2, which has been released in the year of December 2024. You can see that a web content accessibility guidance. So what is the version they had used, and what are all the rules they have to follow in order to make, see what the background should be of, and what is the common, every details you can see here, all the parameters you can see here, the layer of guidance. So principles, guidelines, success criteria, and you can go for sufficient and advisory technique like this. And this is what about, you can see that the various parameters which has been used here. So these are all the parameters which is used to make it that website content should be of quality assurance. That's what very important, which has been recommended by W3C, that is of World Wide Web Consortium, has provided in the year of 12th December 2024 about the web content accessibility guidance here. So this is all the things you have to understand. So you can go through that, what is the versions we are using here, or any other latest versions is there. Let me go here. Is there any possibility of 2.3? And yeah, of course, you can see here. This is about 2.3, which has been released. And you can see that the guideline for 2.3. So yeah, intent of guideline of 2.3 has been also been suggested. So this is the thing is very important when you go for web understanding the guidance. That's what we can say that. I'll come here. So this is the one of the technology infrastructure and accessibilities provided by the World Wide Web Consortium, and that is what they're saying, that it is of web content accessibilities of guidelines accessibilities. So this is all the things has been used here. And next one, we are saying that it is about data security and privacy. how far the data are secured. What is the way I have to go here? You can see that this is about, once again, I'll come back to the net and you can see here, it is of GDPR and FPR. So what is the use of the content here? You can see here. I'll go here. So we can see that this is an European model where FPR has been used here. That is of Family, Education, Rights and Privacy Act in the year of 1974. Family, Education, Right and Privacy Act of the year of 94 was designed to protect the privacy of educational record. Look at very carefully, educational record, and establish the rights to the students to inspect and review their educational record and provide the guidelines for the corrections of inaccurate, misleading this. This is all coming under here. And when I say it is about GDPR, so we can come here. In presence, I'm going to make it here, right? Full form. What is the GDPR? You can see here. The General Data Protection Regulation. So this is one concept which has been used here. So what is, if you see that, what are the main 7 principles of going for this general data prevention record? So one, it is of lawfulness, fairness and transparency, and the limitations, data minimization, accuracy and storage limitations, integrity, confidentiality and accountability. So these all the points you have to consider whenever we are going for designing a document, and this is called as a quality assurance. And you can see here, so this is what they are saying, that it is about data security and privacy and the transparency in collecting the data and usage policies also. Whereas the 8th point, you can see that it is about learner support 24/7 whenever they are free. Even this video has been recorded by RCHUB Academy and it will be launched in the YouTube channels, and those who are subscribed, you can able to take the content from the website, or you can view the content through the YouTube channels, and you can get the data. All those things are coming under the learners support and retentions. And it is mainly focusing on adaptive learning for personalized support, and also encourage this is used to reduce the dropout, especially the learner support. Suppose the students, some students or some persons may be interested in learning at night, so they can able to learn at night. Some may be interested in learning in early morning, so they can interested to go for early morning. So all those things are possible with the micro learning, which makes them to reduce the dropout. So whenever the learner is very comfortable, they can go for learning the concepts, and this is coming under the learners support and retentions. And next one, we can say that it is about certification and accreditation. So what all the certifications I have to go if I want to go to the companies. Suppose I want to go to the corporate, and what is the certifications they are expected from me. So that certifications I have to go here. And whether this certificate is recognized or not. That's also another one important thing is that there are various MOOC courses are there. Various online open distance learning educations are there. Did all the certificates are recognized? No. The answer is no. Only the quality assurance of certain certifications of courses produced by MOOC or open distance learning will be recognized, and that will be verified by the authorities in the using of a blockchain or based on the digital certificates. I think now you know that everything is available in the digital certificates. So digital certificates has been verified and authorized. Only the authorized verification and authenticated certificates will be acceptable. And it is mainly used for credit transfer also. Nowadays, you know that there is a lot of concepts out there for credit transfers is also available. So I can finish my courses and I can able to transfer my credit from my universities to the courses also possible. So this is all coming under the certification and accreditations. And next one, it is of continuous improvement through analytics. Due to analytics, see, I have to take an analysis of 3 classes, of 3-day classes, how many participants are involvemently listen, and whether they have learned something or not. All those things I have to gather here, and this is leads to something improvement through the analytics. So one, it is of learning analytics from the tracker learner process. Another one is of AI driven, and third one, it is of periodic course evaluation. So I have to go for periodic course evaluation in the key aspects of quality assurance. And next, in that one category, so first point itself, in that one category we are coming here, it is of quality standards for a self-learning material. So what all the quality standards we have to make it for the self-learning material. So this is 1A, you can consider that 1A. First one, including MOOC, I'm going with the quality standards. What all the things of effective learner management. So the learners should be very effective with engagements, and another one is of comprehensions. This is the one thing. And first one, it is of content quality and accuracy. So I have to go here. What is the content? Developed by the subject experts and reviewed. Even though the content has been developed by the subject experts, if it is not reviewed, it will not be in the proper sense of the quality of the standard. So whenever the subject experts has prepared, it has to be verified and it should be approved by some of the authorities in order to make the content quality and the accuracy. And free form of factual or grammatical, there may be some problem, because if I am writing the content, sometimes I may use to make a factual error or grammatical error or typographical error. So all these things can be verified and approved by the appropriate persons and aligned with the curriculum standards and learning outcome and up to date the latest knowledge and the industry trend. So this is what about the content quality. And next we are coming here, it is about instructional design with pedagogical effectiveness. So one, it is very important, the material should be of self-explanatory. The material should guide the learners without requiring external support. Suppose if I am giving the PowerPoint presentations to you, without my support, if you can able to understand the concepts, then my content is effective. Suppose you need a support, then it's not my content is a self-learning material. I have to improve the quality in order to maintain the learners should learn the documents on their own. That is what it is about, self-explanatory. And second one, you can see here, it is of self-paced. So what is the self-paced? It is called as a designed in the independent study with a clear instructions on progress. So with the clear instructions on progress, we can make it here. So that is what independent study with the clear instructions on progressions. So that is what it is called as a self-paced. And next one is called as a structural and modular. So how far it is organized with the structured subject and active learning, how I'm going to make it an exercise with the reflection point and real world examples. And scan-fold learning, it is gradually increases to the complexity in order to build the learner confidence. So this is what the second one. And when I come for third one, it is a simple and clear languages. So it is of learner-centric approach. It should be simple and avoid the jargon, as we discussed in the first day itself, what all the things we should make it here when you're designing the courses or when you're designing the self-learning materials. So this is what about the case studies and real-time examples would support them and also provide a motivations through the sections or goals or interactive element. And always we should mainly focusing on two things. One, it is called as a critical thinking, and the one is of a problem solving. Nowadays, the education systems has been encourages the various students in order to involve the critical thinking and problem solving. That what number of hackathon has been increased, the number of organizing event of hackathon or puzzle event has been increased in order to motivate the students. Not only the hackathon is for students, but even the corporate people, or they are encouraged to make it participated in the hackathon in order to develop their skills with the help of their critical thinking and the problem solving. So this is what the third point, it is about a learner-centric approach. And fourth one you can see is about accessibility and inclusivity. It includes the designed for a diverse learner, very important. What do you mean by diverse learner? Not with the same person or same mentality of a person. We have to go with the different types of version of the learners. The learners from the rural background, the learners from the urban background, the learners from the metropolitan backgrounds. Everyone will have their own mentalities when you learn the content. So I should concentrate all the diverse learners, including their disabilities. So I want to suppose you can see that the learners from the rural areas find it very difficult to learn if the concept is in English or something, some other languages. So they find it very difficult. So I have to think about to make the content very, very clear and standard and procedure oriented in order to make the learners self-learners very important. So this is what about accessibility. And second one, we can combine with the web content accessibility of guidance, as we discuss about web consortium has provided this one with the different versions, what all the compilations we in order to make the quality standards and available in the multiple format, that is of text or audio or video format also there, and support the multi-languages, multilingual. So if it is of local languages, then it will be comfortable for certain people. So I should think about the local languages also. So this is all the things we have to consider for accessibility and inclusivity. Next, I'm coming here with visual design and readability. So what is visual design? What font I have to make, whether I have to visually design. The content should be, see, I'm making the presentation and I'm giving the background color and giving the font colors, and all these also matters. Not only the content, the font which I kept here, the what color I'm making, which one I have to make it bold, which one I should not make it bold, which one I should keep it in the bullet, everything should be. That's what the second point you can see, organized with the heading, bullet points and highlights for making a easy skimming. This is what about the quality standards of self-learning material. And you can see that incorporated graphics. If you are incorporate, you can use the graphics and table, of course. For my heading, it is not sufficient, so I'm not using the graphics or table. Suppose if I'm going for some other topics, whichever, if I'm going for analysis, then I have to come with the graphics and tables and avoid the clustered layout. So I should not make a different, each one slide with a different layout in order to make it hinders readability to be difficulty. So this is all the things you have to be considered. And sixth point, you can see it is about assessment and feedback mechanism. So as usual, we are discussing about what assessment I have to make it and how I have to summarize the assessment, and also how I have to make the feedback of the self-assessment. So this is all the things should be there in the assessment. And next one, I'm coming here, it is about technology integrations with the integrative futures. So what all the technologies I needed? I have to use a multimedia content. It can be an animation or simulations or videos, or I can go with a bookmark, or something should be different from the material. So I can use the AI-driven adaptive materials also, learning concepts also. So then it will be comfortable for the users to learn the self-learning material. And eighth point, you can see it is about copyright and academic integrity. Very important, the copyrights. Suppose this RCHUB Academy has been produced this PowerPoint presentations. Yeah, they have a copyrights. So the same PowerPoint presentations cannot be used by some other person in some other seminars. So this is what also coming under the copyrights and the academic integrity in this category. And next one, you can see the continuous improvements and updates. So I have to make a continuous improvement in my feedback. I have to get the feedback from the learners and I have to make it here. These are very important things. First thing is update is needed. Second thing is I want to make a continuous improvement. That is a feedback from the person, from the learners, in order to make it whether I'm providing the quality standards of self-learning material or not. So this is the thing we have to consider. So next, we are coming here with the same first point itself, evaluation and continuous improvement of self-learning material. So what all the things is needed for evaluation and continuous improvement. So I want to evaluate and make a continuous improvement. What I have to do it here. So we have to go with an independent learning. These are all the criteria which is very important for evaluating and continuous improvement. So first one, it is of content quality. So what quality of, how the quality of the content I am going to deliver. And second one, it is called as instructional effectiveness. Whether my presentation is providing an instructions, that is means something informative, and we can see that instructions, that is what the second point is there. And third point, you can see that accessibility and inclusivity. And fourth one, it is of visual and structural design, how far I'm designing. So the 4 points we have designed. Based on the 4 point, I'm taking one point and I'm going to make it here. So that is what visual and structural design, engagement and interactivity, assessment and feedback, and next, all those things, same thing. Main thing is of assessment and feedback will replace the quality of the standards, and technical quality and the compatibility. So this is what evaluation criteria. So we divide it into 2 parts. One, it is of evaluation, and another one, it is of continuous improvement. So first, I'm coming here with an evaluation. And first one is also evaluation criteria. Now, first one is evaluation criteria. Second one is evaluation method. What method I can use here? Learners' feedback. Every time I have to get the feedback from the learners. And the second one, instructional and expert review. So as from the instructor, so both the side we have to get it. One is from the learner's feedback, and second one is how far the informations for the instructors and experts view. And third one, it's of learning analytics and performance metrics. This is the third point. And fourth one, you can see that the benchmark against the best practices. Very important. We have to provide a benchmark. What is my target? how to make this benchmark against the best practices. These are all coming under the evaluation method. And next one we are saying about, so three things. One, it is of evaluation criteria. Second one is of evaluation method. And third one, it is of key strategy for continuous improvement. So you can see that the first one is of regular content update. Second one is of integratance of learners feedback. So I have, as usual, we have to get the feedback and engaging of interactive and engagements and accessibilities and technology and innovation. What type of technology I'm going to use it and what type of innovation I'm going to use it. And next one is of training the educators and the content developers. So this is all coming under the continuous improvement process. Now you look at the differences. The framework for evaluation and improvement, very important. This criteria is very important when you go for the different type of stages. What type of stages we are going to use when you go for evaluation and improvement of self-learning material. So initially, you can see that the instructional design created by SLM. So you can know that self-learning material. Outcome is high quality based material. Next one, pilot testing. So I want to test for the small group of learners. I cannot able to launch as a test. So I have to test with the 5 students or 6 students or 5 participants or 6 participants. Then I have to find out the initial issues, what is going on in the content side of the delivery. And second thing, first evaluation. So after that, finding the issues, I am going with a survey and analytical experts from the feedback. So experts feedback, not from the normal feedback, experts feedback, which makes the performance assessment. Second evaluation, testing and revising the material with a large audience. So once I test with a smaller audience, then I'm going to test with a larger audience. That makes the validation of improvement and ongoing monitoring. So next one, it is of ongoing monitoring. So which provides the learners feedback and regular update. And last one, it is of content revision. So if there is need of a content revisions, we can go, otherwise we can make it here. So this is what about the framework of evaluation and improvement. The next thing you can see that implementation and deployment of MOOC. So this is the second point. So first point we have already discussed. Next we are coming here with the implementation and deployments of MOOC. So I'm going with a little bit in order to make very straightforward, we can go with very fastly. The first point, it is of planning and strategy development. So I have to plan who is my target audience. The target audience must be students or professionals or lifelong learners. I have to define. So that's a very important thing. If I'm going for planning and strategy development, the first important point, who is my learner? If I come for this seminar, who is my learner? My learners is all professionals. They may be academicians, they may be researchers, they may be professionals, they may be a lifelong learners. So I have to make it in such a standard that this planning and strategy plays a vital role. That's the first point. The second point is of learning objectives. I want to make it with an academic standard and industry standard and also accreditation framework. So this is the point we have to come for learning objectives. And next one is of course duration and structure. So how long I am going to take this course, whether it is needed for 4 weeks or 8 weeks or 12 weeks or 16 weeks, whichever thing I have to make it here. And next one, certification and credential. How much credits I have to give, how many credentials I have to give, whether it is based on the minor courses or whether it is based on the major courses, all those things has to be considered. And next one, it is of monetization strategy, where this MOOC will be free or premium or paid version, whichever you want, you can make it here. All those things should be coming in the planning and strategy development. The second one, it is of content development and instructional design. I have to make it. What type of books I have to book, e-books I have to give, what type of case study I have to give, what type of assignment I have to give, whether I can go the content with a video or audio or a text based, which one will be comfortable for the learners. So this is all coming under the content development and instructional design. The third point, as usual, the technology and platform, which technology I have to use, whether I have to go with the cloud platform or whether I have to go with the any other platform, or whether we can design any platform for this courses. All those things can be done here, and we can make the technology and platform. And fourth one is of deployment and testing. After that, I'm going to launch it for a small particular students or small particular persons, and then I'm going for a pilot testing with a small scale beta data, and also then I'm going to make it load and stress testing, and also a quality check. All those things can be done with the help of testing and based on the guidance as provided by the W3C consortium. And at last, we are going for the technical testing. How far if currently 20 students or 30 students are watching through the mobile or watching through the TV or watching through the laptop or watching through any other digital devices when they are going for the listening the classes. So these all will be included in deployment and testing. The next thing, it is about implementation, the learners engagement and community building. How far the community has been building from this learners management. So one, it is of live quiz or discussion forum or AI powered personalization. Of course, gamification or mentorship and support, all those things can be implemented with the learners engagement and community building. And sixth point, you can say, as usual, monitoring, evaluation, and continuous improvement. As we discussed in the previous session, it is about evaluation criteria or evaluation method, or it is about a continuous improvement. The same thing we are going to use it here also. And seventh one, as usual, free certification or verified certification or micro credentials or university credits. So all are different. These are free certifications. It is open to all the learners, where verified means only for the person who had paid and completed the exam and completed the assessments very clear, very perfectly. Then they are called as a verified certificate. And micro credentials means the only leads to the particular professionals they are belong here is called as a micro credentials. And university, of course, you can get the degree from, you can get the credit from the university and transform to your degree program. It is also possible. Suppose a student is studying in a college for a particular degree, he can do any MOOC course which has been approved by the universities. And if their colleges is supported, their university norms supported, they can also learn any one paper and replace the existing paper from the current semester or current academic year. And the credit will be transferred from this paper. I can replace with this paper with the credit. It's also possible in the choice-based credit system. So this is all coming under the university credits. And now we move to the next point. It is of hosting and managing of MOOC as a platform. So first one, I have to choose a platform, which platform I'm going to present. And second thing, course development. In that course development, I'm going with the 2 point. One, it is of planning the courses. Another one, it is of creating the content, very important. What courses I'm going to plan, who is my target audience, what is my objective, what is my assessment, everything I have to go for planning. And next one, how I'm going to create, whether it is going to be a text oriented or video oriented or audio oriented. And next, a third point is of setting up the platform, how I'm going to set the platform and what is the cost of the course, whether it is going to be minimized or maximized, or how long it is going to be take, whether it is going to be take for 4 hours or 8 hours or 12 hours or 16 hours. It depends upon the person. We can say that it is of the setting up the platform. And next, we are coming here. It is about marketing and promotion. How very important, very, very important. If I'm going to do a MOOC course, then the very important thing is marketing is needed. I have to upload in all the social medias, like any social medias. We can go and upload here, or we can go for email marketing or search engine optimization or partnership with some non-government organizations or with anyone. We can go here and we can make it here. So this is all coming under marketing and promotion. And fifth one, it is of managing a students. Of course, as usual, what you have discussed here with the feedback, and we are going to monitor and we are going to make a performance. All those things can be implemented with these concepts. And we can see that how far the groups we can make it perform. All those things can be discussed in this managing of students. And sixth one, it is of scaling and updating. I want to increase the number of participants. For example, if the first day of my seminar session is 20 participants is there, and the second day, if it is 40 or 60, then the way of training is very good and the way of content is maybe good, maybe the content may be good. If it is reduced to 2 or 3 on my third day, then I have to think that there is some drawback in either choosing the topic or maybe the interest of the learners, or maybe it is not related to the concerned content is not related to the current scenarios. So all these, there may be issues. If the content is maybe current scenarios and if the participants are not interested, then I have to change the topic. It is a business. So we are going to make it a service of scaling and update. And so I have to think all the marketing strategies and the partnership and everything. I have to make it and I want to make my customers or make my learners to increase more. The learners should be more. That's what we are saying, that it is of scaling and updating. The seventh one, it is about the analytic improvement. How far I have to make it an improvement. One, it's of completion rate. How many persons registered, how many persons has completed. That is the one important thing is we has needed. And another one thing you can see here, engagement metrics and course feedback. That's all whatever we have discussed here. And tool for management. So this is what tool for management tool, which tool is used for students or some other thing, and I have to get a feedback and email automation. So I have to send an email. Today we are having a 7 o'clock at this classroom. So this is all the thing is that. And Google Analytics, I can able to get the data of the students from the Google Analytics, how far the students are there. So this is all coming under categories, right? The third point, it is of challenges in online course delivery. What are the challenges? Very important challenges. High dropout. The number of registers may be more when you compare the number of certification is very less. That's what I told in the yesterday's also, and I show the document proof that the number of students was registered, the number of students registered, the number of students enrolled. I come here, the number of students enrolled, the number of students registered, and the number of students certified. If you take the percentage, it will be very proper. So we have to find out that, and we have to make the students engagement. And next one, it is of technical issues. So what all the technicals, whether my application is mainly focusing on mobile, whether it is optimized, whether it is easy to read the video files, easy to view the video files or audio files without any interrupt, based on the technical issues which has been there. So that is the second challenge. Third, assessment and grading. Of course, I want to go with an assessment. When I come for assessment, suppose 40 students in my courses and all the 40 are copying the same assessment, then I don't think that it leads to the quality assurance, right? It is a plagiarisms. We have to check it, and we have to modify the plagiarisms, and we have to encourage the students to provide their own individual assessment. So that is what the third point. And next one is of accessibility and inclusivity, which means that of or whether the students are ready to use the new tool in order to learn the concepts. Suppose I'm coming with some other tool and I want to make it my videos with some other tool, whether all the students or all the participants can able to view this accessibility. And next, this is a very important thing, instructor challenges and workload. So I have to think about the instructors also. The workload of the instructors should not be too heavy to make it, right? Now you can see that I'm taking class for more than 1 hour without a break. So you have to think about the challenges of the instructors also. So how far the instructors are preparing the documents and how far he is delivering the content, and the workload of the instructors should not be too heavy, and it should not be burden for them, and it should be an interaction sessions in order to make the participants the quality of the education content delivery. So this is the one of the important aspects of instructor challenges and workload. Now we move to the next heading. This is the third heading of integration of emerging technologies in open and distance learning. Of course, now most of them are very familiar. One, it is called as an artificial intelligence and machine learning, and especially in these decades, artificial intelligence plays a vital role. In that, the first one, it is called as an adaptive learning. Always nowadays, even the students are ready to answer the questions with the help of AI without thinking anything, and they are very interactive with an AI in order to get the answers and provide the answers to the concerned persons. So this is what we can say that a personalized learning path is also called as an adaptive learning. And automated tutors. So the content itself will find the a chatbot, so that chatbot, you know, that we can have a discussion with them with whatever the doubt you are having here. Instead of going and searching in the Google search engine, I can able to go with chatbot. Instead of going with AI, I can use the chatbot in order to make my concepts very clear. So this is what we are saying, that it is about automated tutoring. And next, we are saying that it is about assessment and analytics. So we can see that how far we are going to predict the assessment and analytics. Analytics is very important. What is the percentage of students improvement from the first activity to the last activities we can able to be monitored here. The second one, it is of 5G. Of course, we are in 5G and edge computing with a high speed internet. And this is majority supports in all the metropolitan cities and rural areas, whereas urban we have to consider the situations which is available in the urban areas also. And the next one is of IoT and embedded sensor. So what all the latest technologies with IoT or embedded has been implemented in order to go with an ODL concepts. And next one, blockchain technology, which is very recently has been coming with more credentials, so that the number of courses in blockchain technologies in open and distance learning, and also in the MOOC courses is also available, so that the number of learners in this blockchain technology also being increases. And the next one, we can say that it is about augmented reality and the virtual reality, which is an technology related, and we need a more virtual laboratories is needed in order to enhance this experience with augmented reality and virtual reality. Even the MOOC courses has been started with virtual reality and augmented reality in order to make their real-time experience with reality, virtual reality. And next integration, it is about cloud computing. Of course, everyone knows about Amazon or some other clouds which has been implemented here. And big data analytic and learning analytics and cyber security. Cyber security is playing vital role now currently. And most of the cross scripting is also being implemented in cyber computing with privacy enhancement. So what are all the challenges in the integrations of technologies? One is of digital divide. So we have to go with the digital divide. How I'm going to implement the digital. Second one is of faculty training. And third one, it is of cost and scalability. So this is the challenges and consideration. Now I move on to the next one with the AI, machine learning and personalized learning. So you can see these are all the various learning concepts: adaptive learning, intelligence tutor system, predictive analytics, natural language processing, AI-driven content, gamifications, and educations, automated assessment and feedback, emotion AI, and ethical and privacy concern. All those things are coming under AI and machine learning, personalized learning here. Now we move to the last fourth point. It is about AR and VR in gamification, where virtual classroom we can create and we can go with all the images and everything can be done virtually. That is called as an augmented reality or virtual reality, where the gamifications in the MOOC courses is also available. If you take this topic separately, we can go with 3 days for this topic alone separately. So here I'm coming only, it is mainly focusing on AR based or VR based or gamified learning or scenario-based learning, hands-on virtual lab, increased engagement and personalized learning experience. Now, this is the fourth heading. We can see, I'll go here first. You can see that as I show the content, quality assurance in ODL, implementation of deployment and integration of emerging technology. Now we come for policy and ethical consideration in ODL, right? So I'm coming here, it is about policies. What all the policies are there? Digital inquiry and accessibility. And next one, it is of get data of privacy protection record. That is of data privacy and security, academic integrity and plagiarism, inclusive of education and special needs support, ethical AI and biases imitations, and students' well-being and mental health, and regulatory compliance and accreditations. So these are all coming under the privacy, policy and ethical consideration. We have to make it as an ethical also. The next topic, it is about copyrights or open licensing or accessibility. So you can see copyrights or open rights, what are all the open licensing or fair and use and educational experience, digital rights and accessibility standard, which has been discussed by W3C. And we can go here with design and assistive technologies and ethical content and sharing attributions. So these are all the considerations will be coming here with the policies and here, right? It is about open licensing and accessibilities in ODL. And next we come to the final review, that is about the activities of last slide, which just means that peer review of finalization of self-learning material with MOOC course design. What all the things we have to understand? First one, it is of content accuracy and subject matter validation is very important factor. The content should be of accurate and the subject matters validation. And next one, it is of instructional design and pedagogical effectiveness. So how far I'm going to design. For the past 3 days, I'm combining that and I'm giving that instructional design and pedagogical effectiveness. And third one, it is of language, readability and accessibility. Fourth one, technical quality and platform compatibility. Fifth one, engagements and learners experience testing. And sixth one, you can see that it's about ethical and copyright. And seventh one is a final approval and iterative refinement. So these are all considered as the peer review of finalization of self-learning material and MOOC courses design. So from the 3 days, in the first day, we have discussed about how to design and how to define the curriculum for a MOOC courses and self-learning material. That's what we have discussed in the first day. Second day, we are mainly focusing on all the MOOC courses, frameworks, and the technologies and the platform which has been used in the MOOC courses. That's what we are mainly focusing on the second day. And third day, today, we have discussed about all the quality assurance of MOOC courses or self-learning material. So this is what we can see that all the 4 contents have been provided here. So one, it is of quality assurance in ODL and implementation and deployment of MOOC and integration of emerging technologies. And fourth one, policy and ethical consideration. And fifth one is of peer review and finalization of self-learning material and MOOC design. So with that, I think that I had completed all the 3 days thing. So if you have any queries, you can ask with me with that, so that we can see that if you have any queries, we can discuss regarding the topic. Is there any queries, please? If you have any queries, you can ask with me. Right, and I request all the participants to fill the feedback link about this session, so which may support us in order to upcoming seminars, as we want to get the feedback from your side. So we will mainly concentrate towards the feedback. So I request all the participants to give the feedback. And here is the YouTube subscribe channels also. So you can subscribe, and whenever you are free, you can go through all the 3 sessions which has been implemented. So if there is any queries, we can solve the queries. Otherwise, we can wind up the session. Anyway, thank you very much for all the participants for past 3 days on the behalf of RCHUB Academy. I would like to thank all the participants for your continuous supports, and we need your supports for the remaining seminars and workshops also. So thank you very much for all the participants. And if you have any feedback, you can give the feedbacks to through the feedback link. Thank you very much.
Contact RCHUB International Foundation for Research and Education. WhatsApp 9888 231 231.